Oh yeah, now my people, it's your guy, the Niger Englishman, and we are back here on One Touch TV for your regular weekly update of the Op Watch. We're looking at the ops. Where are you at? Where are you at? What's the ops on this? What have they been on for the past weekend? A few ops were excited because they finally registered a win after a few weeks. One registered the biggest win. I don't know if it's in the club's Premier League history. I'm not sure. He'll have to correct me about that.
No, I don't
And
think it is.
no, okay, in the
Yeah,
Premier League, that's not the
yeah, Premier League.
biggest.
I think it was Leicester when they beat Southampton away 9-0. I think.
No, but Newcastle's heaviest win
Oh,
in
for
the
us,
Premier
yeah,
League.
it's our heaviest. It's our
Yeah,
best. Yeah, for us, and in Premier League terms, first of having 8 different scorers for 8-0 battering. Yeah,
yeah,
bro.
that's impressive. I can't lie, that's impressive. 8 different scorers is freaking impressive, bro. I
Come
give
on.
it to you. But but without further ado, I'm going to introduce the panel. There's one person late, and I think you probably know the club he's representing, to considering where they are in the league. But we'll introduce him when he's here. First of all, I think it's his second time on the channel. I think, yeah, second time on the channel. I've been on this channel a few times. We've chopped up on other channels, but we meet here again on Up Watch. We got man like Staffy in the building. How you doing, Staffy?
Good, bro. Good. Listen, for once, I'm sitting here on the table with 3 points. Hasn't been a feeling that I've experienced a lot this season. So the performances are shit, but you know what? No one remembers that. Everyone remembers the 3 points, and that's what I'm bringing to the table today. Don't ask me about identity. Don't ask me about style of play. I did not come with that today. I came with 3 points. So 3 points in the bag is all I'm talking about.
I hear that. I respect it too. I respect it too, 100%. 3 points are 3 points at the end of the day. Back again on Op Watch. He's got back-to-back wins, 8-0 on the weekend. Man, like Specs in the building. How you doing, my bro?
Come on, man. You know how I'm doing. I'm doing nice, brother. Nice 8-0.
Hey,
Get
there's a whole
me,
different swagger about you today, bro.
brother.
What?
It was a beautiful Sunday, man. Like, I can't complain. Like, come on. Clean sheets in the last 3 games, 8-0 away. That's what Champions League teams do. You get me, bro? So let's
Ooh,
go,
look,
man.
man's talking. That's what Champions League teams do. Is
Oh,
that
he
where we're
has.
at?
He didn't
Is
even
that where we're
score on the
at, brother?
Champions League. He's so shameless. He scored zero
Hey,
goals in the
hey,
Champions League,
hey.
and he said we scored 8 in the league, so we're a Champions League team.
I'm,
But you know what it
Come on,
is?
stop, man.
He has more goals in one game than a certain team has this season in the league. So you know what? I gotta give it to him. I'd be talking shit too if I was him.
Why not?
100%. And I'm not gonna lie to you. When he started saying champ, I didn't know what he was gonna end with. Champ, so when he had Champions League, okay, so he played his cards very, very well.
Come
Big
on,
ups
bro.
thanks each and every time.
Come on.
Also, making his long-awaited return on the channel. I don't think we've seen him for at least a year. Also representing Manchester United. We're gonna give some Man U love. We've given them a hate on the show for the last few weeks, so we had them come on strengths in numbers so they could enjoy their Johnny Evans masterclass and tell us all about it. But don't forget to smash the like button, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Whether you're watching now, whether you're watching on the replay, make sure you give us a like. But first things first, where should we start? Where should we start? I guess as the two United brothers are here, one of them's making a long-awaited return. Let's start with Man U. So first of all, the question I have, Staffy, does this performance on Saturday give you confidence that you can go on a run of games and collecting 3 points? Or is it just a standalone win? We got the job done. Let's see what happens next time. Where are you at with that victory on the weekend?
Nah, it doesn't give me confidence in anything in terms of the way we're performing on the pitch, because the way we performed on the pitch had nothing to do with the result. We grinded out that result, if I'm being very honest, and it's embarrassing to say because it's against Burnley, but you know there's certain men that are trying to grind results at home and away, and they still can't, and they're playing better football than us. So at the end of the day, the 3 points is the one thing I can build on. The thing to me is, like, I'm not really expecting much until we get the majority of our players back, because whether I agree with the manager with his approach and what he's trying to do on the pitch, I do still need to see the players that he chose to sign this summer to benefit the team that he already had last season. So he's trying to build on what he had last season. And to be fair, since he's done that, he's made his signings. Most of his signings have been outside of Onana. When you look at it, the striker has been out for the first 4 games and then came in late in the Arsenal game or whatever. Then you look at Amrabat. still hasn't started a game for us. Even today, he's starting as a fullback, or he's playing as a fullback because we're out of fullbacks. Lisandro
Is he actually?
Martinez. Yeah, he's starting today as a right back. Bro, we just don't have anyone. We actually don't have anyone. Like, we're getting players back in the team today, but then we lost Lisandro and Reguilon. We're the only team with an interim doctor in the team. We don't have a full-time doctor. Like, it's if you don't laugh, you cry. So I'm not expecting performances when the players that were there last season, most of them are either beefing the manager, fighting cases in Brazil, and some of them are injured. While the ones that he signed can't all collectively be on the pitch at the same time. I just don't think it's gonna work. People want to sit there and say it's excuses, but when I'm seeing Johnny Evans and McTominay start a game in the Premier League when they both should have been in the team, and people like Hannibal should have been loaned out, people like Reguilon, as much as he's been good, by the way, he wasn't in the plans. I'm like, well, how am I supposed to expect a style of play when every week we're losing one essential player and we're bringing up players that, let's be honest, shouldn't even be here? So I'm being patient. I'm not believing what the manager's trying to do yet because I need to see it, and I understand anyone who's turned on the manager already, but I need to see a little bit more of a fuller picture before I can make a judgment, because I don't like to make judgments or assumptions when I don't really have enough evidence, and I feel like I just need a little bit more before I go for this manager's neck or if I support him. That's all.
Okay, fair enough, and I hear all that. Specs. I also welcome Abs to the party. Man like Abs. Who you repping? What team you repping again?
Bro, listen.
For when man starts his answer with "bro, listen," and not his team, it's a long day. Big up Abs each and every time, bro.
Big up everyone. Sorry, I'm a bit late.
All good, my brother. All good, my brother. Like Geordie Dread Specs. I want to bring you in here, because I don't know if you caught the top 6 show yesterday on the Terrace. Terry mentioned something that, digesting it, I started to resonate with a little bit of sense of what he said. He talked about how everyone talks about Manchester United don't have a style of play, but is it just that they don't have a style of play which we like, or there's no style of play? Because it's like, talk to me. What do you think? Because maybe it's just not what we expected from obviously watching him at Ajax. It was fast flowing, passing movement, that sort of football. Whereas at United, it's very much the counter attack, wait for the opposition to make a mistake kind of thing. Do you think that's his style, or it is right? We've not actually seen a style of play from Man U yet.
Well, only Ten Hag will know that himself privately. But in terms of what I'm seeing, if you're going to ask, do I see a style that we say, yeah, that's Man U, that's how they play, or how Newcastle play, or Brighton? No, I don't necessarily see a style of play. I think there's been a lot of hiccups as well and interruptions with players, either injured or other personal madness off the pitch. So in terms of style of play, I can't really... How do you get a style of play when you can't keep Varane fit often? Martinez looks like he's becoming that a little bit as well. There's no Shaw. You got a new keeper in that. It's just all of it mad. Do you get what I'm saying? Højlund's coming. He will do good. So for now, right now for Man United, it's not about no style of play. It's like, bruv, just get 3 points by any means necessary. Like they did against Burnley. Do you get what I'm saying? Like Burnley, a bit more quality. Burnley probably could have had them. But it's that one piece of beautiful quality that they can rely on every now and again. Like Bruno Fernandes, Johnny Evans with that beautiful assist, he would have fought. So I don't see no style of play. I just see it as get the job done. And then in time, when they get everyone together, or this Amrabat hype, whatever's going on with this, when they get all the players in, then we can see what you're trying to implement.
No, but the thing is, though, this is what I don't like when people talk about getting your full team fit in it. So for me, I don't believe that you should negate your style or your principles because of an injury in it. And before people get on to me, I've said the very same thing about my own manager, so I don't think it's a Man United agenda in it. For me personally, regardless of the situation, if you want long-term success, the manager has to stick by his principles. And listen, Jurgen did it at Liverpool. Pep done it at at City. Obviously, it's different because City had way better players. Arteta did at Arsenal, regardless of how dead it got for them, he still stopped back.
Arteta played his style of play in year 3. I'm just saying, by the way. Even Kunde would tell you we played 5 in the back for about 2 seasons.
No, but even
one season, half a season, bro. That's it.
Even the formation.
Nah, it was more than that. Don't lie to me.
You say the formation. It's not so much a formation. It's the actual principles, the way they execute them.
The principles. I'm glad you said that word.
Arteta still kept it going. There was a period where it was a bit dead around like October 2020, but apart from that, he still stuck to his principles and he never abandoned it for any man. So for me, this Ten Hag thing of you can't play your football because you're missing one man, that's poor, man. That shows
one man. How are you supposed to play a style of play? Listen, what is the manager supposed to do? Hold on. If I want to play a style of play, and I was trying to sell McTominay, and on the last day of the window, he didn't get sold, and now I have to start him ahead of all my midfielders because Mount that I wanted is out, Amrabat that I wanted is out, the youth guy is out, and I only have Casemiro.
Kobe.
I only have Casemiro and Amrabat. Only Casemiro and Bruno available. Like you can't do that. So this, but you need to understand. My point was, there's a lot of players that are not like for like. What Arteta was doing, as an example, was as he was playing a little bit more pragmatic, and he's trying to implement little things in the style of play. Like they played 5 in the back, but he was still trying to build from the back. Building with 5 in the back is different than building with 4 in the back. But he was trying to teach him that while he's bringing in the players, summer after summer, to eventually play that 4-3-3 that he knows that's the final image. And once he had enough, he's like, you know what? Now I'm ready to play this formation over that formation. But when you look at the players that we have, mind you, it's only our second summer under this manager. And to be fair, the way he played last season to get us top 4 was different than this season. He does not have a lot of replacements yet to say we can play one style regardless of who is in the team. McTominay doesn't show up to the ball. He can't teach him at 26, 27 to show up to the ball and be a good passer. But you know who is? Amrabat. This is why when Amrabat is not there, he's not going to be able to do that. Same thing for the for the defenders. Lissandro's our best defender on the ball. If he's out and you're bringing in Johnny Evans, I have to be insane to sit here. You know how entitled I have to be to say, I expect Johnny Evans to play the same way Lissandro does. I don't care about the personnel. We should play the same style. They're not as good as each other. Same as the left back. We signed a left back who likes to overlap when our old left back liked to sit back and just like create. He's not an overlapping left back. He used to leave that for the right back. So he would play more as a third center back, like an Ake does or a Gavardio does for City. But now we replace him with someone who likes to overlap. The likes for likes are not there, which is why it's different. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, but you're missing my overall point. The point isn't, listen, I'm not saying that I expect Scott McTominay and Johnny Evans in 2023 to be playing the style of football that Ten Hag wants to play in it. But the idea, the approach to it should stay the same in terms of, for me, a manager shouldn't be sitting 5-10 yards deeper or becoming more defensive or trying to just, keep it tight or whatever. He should be trying to implement what he wants to do, regardless of who's on the pitch. And the best bit is, if you stick to your principles and your philosophy and you see that it's still not being executed, what it will do is it will expose the guys who aren't good enough to play that football. So you know exactly who to get rid of.
Which it did in the first few games, if I'm being honest. Why do you think people were saying Casemiro's being left alone? It's because we weren't sitting as deep as we were last season. But then also you sit at someone like me came out there, and Kunle, you probably saw that on the terrace. I came out and said, listen, we can't play that style of play if Casemiro's our lone 6. And everyone started reminding me that has 5 Champions Leagues, as if that does anything to this team. I'm like, bro, what does this 5 Champions Leagues have to do with the way that he plays football? We are trying to change the style of football, but we don't have the players that accommodate for it, let alone the injuries that just added to it. So I get your point, by the way. In the general idea, what you said is correct. But you have to add too much context to what's going on in this United team to understand why he actually can't play. And by the way, I know you don't really do a lot of shows with me. I'm not Ten Hag's biggest fan, but I am much more fair than to say, you know what? No. I expect you to play the same way when McTominay and Hannibal are in the team. You know what I mean?
No,
wait, hold on. Fair enough. I want to bring Ola in as a maybe he's a Man U fan, but a little bit of a different perspective. So, Ola, us rival fans, do you think we're being too harsh on Man U in the situation, or is there a lot of alarm bells that are ringing at United right now, and everyone should be panicking?
Like, I, as a United fan, I'm not panicking. I think.
Tell us why. Why are you not panicking?
And these are my reasons. I think Arteta came into a very bad Manchester United team that had one of their worst seasons in years. and he tried to steady the ship, and we got third last season. I know last season is gone now. We have to move on to this season, and so far we've not started well this season. But regardless, we all were hoping to have a far better transfer window than what we had this season. And I don't think even Amrabat was part of the plan at the end of last season. But we were all talking about Harry Kane, bringing Harry Kane from Spurs, doing this and that. We ended up getting Rasmus Højlund because we could not get Harry Kane for whatever reason. And I think all this also adds pressure to the coach, because now he's getting in players that normally he might not want to get. He might want to get better players or like bigger quality of players. And like I came into conversation and I was hearing a playing style and this and that. I think players like McTominay, we know McTominay is not good enough playing for Manchester.
Hey, don't disrespect Scotty too hotty on my watch, bro. Do not do that.
I get
Scotty too hotty in this.
No, not only Scott. Like, I mean, there are some players that were in this squad last season that we all wanted those players to leave by the beginning of this season. We didn't want them here, but they are still here. And the manager, he has no choice but to work with this set of players, because he has to work with all the players he has. And unlucky for us, we had a lot of injuries at the start of the season. So that's why we can see players like Scott McTominay playing a full 90 minutes against Burnley. And I feel he should be doing a better job against Burnley, but it just shows the level he is. Like, for a player like Hannibal coming in and playing better than Scott McTominay in a game against Burnley, it shows why a lot of United fans want him out of the club. But not even about
respect. Top scorer for Scotland in the Nations League. Don't do that.
He can score 10 goals for Scotland, and I don't give a fuck, because that's Scotland, that's for Manchester United. But I just feel like with Eric Ten Hag, I would judge him now just off of the reason that there is a lot of injuries and we've not started the season well. But like Staffy said, I want to get the players that are injured back, and let's see. Then we need to see the identity. Then we need to see the style of play. Once we get our 7 or 8 players back, we need to see what he's trying to do with this team. Or else, at that point, yes, I can start picking up my counts. But for now,
I've definitely come to Specs next. Wait, hold on 1 second. I've got a question first before I come to Specs. I know Specs has got a big opinion on this. First of all, invite the gate crasher to the party, man like George, the party representing Tottenham with their Champions League winning performance on Sunday. Big up Spurs.
I thought I had to just come a little bit late, let you boil for a bit before this cooking. And, as I do my do-rag, I thought I'd wear especially red, because you come to your block and stole your colours on the weekend. So especially
you took 3 points from us, yeah?
Nah, but we stole.
That's what stealing colours is, bro. You take the 3 points like we did last time at your ground, innit?
Even if we come to your block and we're scoring a point, I mean, it means something. So especially when it's a rival,
to you it does, yeah.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? But we'll get to you. Don't worry, George. We'll get to you. I'm dealing with this mess at Manchester United right now because, guys, I want the panel to let me know. What was the year that this whole injury situation started becoming a thing? Where everyone's, I've got this amount of injuries, so you got to let me off until January, or this season is cancelled because we had this player injured.
What do you mean? We picked up
I'm just asking, when did that become a thing?
Wait, hold on.
Happened to Liverpool, I don't know.
1 second, let me defend myself. I said we picked up the 3 points, regardless of
big up Hussam, by the way, each and every time. Listen, my guy.
Except Abdullah. That's hilarious. Listen, I'm just saying.
And I said, I'm sorry, Hussam, I'm sorry, brother, but
we picked up the 3 points. Yeah. And I'm not making excuses, but I'm giving you the reason behind. I'm not talking about the style of play yet. That's why I'm telling you, like, the differences between talking about, okay, we picked up points while playing well or without playing well. But at the end of the day, it is a results business, and we got the result. If we didn't get the result, I'd be like, you know what? We should still be able to beat such and such with or without certain players. But we picked them up. So I'm sitting here with 3 points, bro. If you want to talk about people with no 3 points, there's one person you can look at, and it's not me.
Yeah.
This is very
matching.
This is very true. Look, I won't lie. Wait, Staffy is right. Because at the end of the day, this ain't previous weeks. This is match week 6 that just happened. And Man United got the 3 points. So let's dissect.
we needed the 3 points, and we needed to get the 3 points anyhow we can, and we got it. Fine. I am not happy about the performance. I want to see better, but if we had played well and we had lost that game or drew that game, we won't be here saying we played really well. We had 100 chances, but we didn't win. The 3 points is the most important thing in football, and we got that. But that performance was not good enough. We need to.
He won't press us, bro. We picked up the 3 points. He needs to move on.
Yeah. You know, as in like it's too. Yeah, fuck you, lot, man. I'm not trying to focus on you lot after you win. Big up Traps as well, bro. Traps tried to come on this show today after he went missing for 4 weeks after they lost to Brighton and Arsenal, and he thinks I'm gonna let him on the show after we've dropped points and they've won. Is he mad?
Let him in, man.
You're not coming on this show, Traps, until you lot drop more points. I'm not having you come back like that, bro. You got to answer for your sins. When you drop a point, I'm going to invite you to the show because you ducked them back-to-back losses, and I'm not having it, bro. I'm not having it. Smash the like button, my people. But I guess, do you want to get into the North London derby, or it's Upwatch? Should we talk about everyone else? Yeah? Okay, cool.
You're the host, man. You're the host, G.
Yeah, I like that. I like Specs. Great answer. So, yeah, let's get into... fuck it, man. Fuck it. Let's just get into it because George needs his moment, innit? So, North London derby on Sunday. Look, at the end of the day, I thought we were gonna teach Tottenham a lesson, and I'll give a little bit of credit to Tottenham because what George, you're on mute. What Tottenham did.
Remind everyone of your score prediction. No, just remind everyone of your score prediction at the start, please.
2-1. What? Mine was. I wasn't part of the E-Girl 4-0 stuff. I'm not part of that gang, bro. You can check it. Bring the receipts.
I remember
up.
we was on stream last week, but your energy was very different. But cool.
My energy was, but my answer was still 2-1, isn't it? You know that was there.
He did say 2-1 on my channel, but he also said if we don't win, we're not winning the title this season. So I just checked on him after the show. I was like, yo, Kunle.
Do you want me to address that on the stream? Do you want me to address it on the stream?
Listen, it was your own words, so stop TV, Kunle's channel. Doesn't matter where we are. It's the same thing.
All right, I'll address it. I'll get to that. Let me just finish what I said. What I will give Tottenham is they caused chaos at Emirates. They disrupted the play. It was a very scrappy performance. Both teams were quite scrappy and messy. I don't think it was a free-flowing football game. For the neutral, I'm sure they enjoyed it, but I don't think either fans really enjoyed what we were seeing because we were making stupid errors or the opposition was forced us into stupid errors. I do believe if Jesus scores that second goal, the game ends 3-0, but he didn't. That was the difference. Tottenham were clinical and Arsenal weren't. And they took advantage of our error. Huh?
Talk about Jorginho.
Bro, why'd you have to get there? Agent Jorginho, if he doesn't make that error, Tottenham ain't scoring another goal in that game. But yet, he did make that error. And that's the issue here. He made the error. They capitalized on our mistakes. We didn't capitalize on their mistake, and that's the reason why they won the game.
I enjoyed that, man.
Of course you did. But
I saw Saka doing that, and then 30 seconds later,
bro, that was horrible. I'm not gonna lie, that was fucking horrible, man. But what I will say, Arsenal playing like that, dropping points at home to the top 6 side. We can't. That team is not ready to win the league title. The only thing that can maybe sway me, which is probably impossible, if we somehow, some way beat City at home, I'll entertain it, and I don't think we will personally. But until then, we just got to do our best to stay as close to them as possible because football is football. But as of now, I think losing those points against Spurs, I don't think we're in the title race right now.
It could win either way as well because that penalty was not a penalty, bro. I don't know where football's gone mad now.
Okay, so if he does, no, hold on. Do you know why it's a penalty? Do you know why it's a penalty? First, do you know why it's a penalty? Because if he moves his hand, then that goes in the goal.
Brother, I know you're biased. I know you're biased and you're heated. It's a derby. It's emotional. I know. I'm just saying, as a neutral, the game's gone mad. He even got Jermaine Genius getting in trouble because he called my man. You know what? Come on, brother. If that was against your team, you'll be furious, bro. Yeah. What is a man? Where's the common sense now in the game?
Yeah, it happened against United versus Spurs also, the Garnacho incident, and that was not a penalty in that game.
Do you know what?
Automatically now it's a penalty against.
Bro, look, issue. This is in today's rules. If it doesn't hit his hand, Specs, it goes in the goal. So what do you want the referee to do? it goes in the back of the net. So how's it not a penalty? He prevented the ball going in the net with his hand. So it's a penalty. What are you talking about?
All right, then what's the player supposed to do?
I'm not even going to complain about the penalty. I don't feel like that's something that we should see.
Exactly. Thank you, George. Thank you, George. I respect
that. What's he supposed to do with his hand, though? That's what I want to know.
The game is gone, but this is something that we all have to deal with. We all get decisions against us. When I saw it, I'm not going to lie, I saw it and I was like, for fuck's sake. I was like, it's a penalty. I knew it was a penalty.
What, in your eyes or the way the football is now? In your eyes or just the way it is?
Both, because the way that football is now, I've adjusted my eyes and I was like, yeah, that's definitely a handball. He's touched his hand, his hand's up in the air. Unless your hands are behind your back, it's a handball. I'd be
impossible though, man. All of this.
And it's just what it is. But when you let's look at it on the flip side. Both of Arsenal's goals were given to them. You talk about a team that was at home, a team that was supposed to dominate the game, the team that was supposed to set the tone, which they did for the first 15, 20 minutes. They played decent football. A lot of just moving it with not a lot of real intent. Let's be real. There wasn't much attacking. They had a few chances from
Jesus, Nketiah.
Wait,
come on, let's not do that, bro.
I was quiet whilst you talk. I'll let you talk your shit. Now let me break down your.
You are on mute actually, but no problem. Continue.
All right. So again, you guys showed a lot of real attacking, a lot of attack without no real intent. I didn't see your forwards really break us down and create too much problems. Let's be real as well. Saka, his overrated performance, he dropped a stinker. He dropped a stinker the other day. Everyone's trying to be real and say, oh, look, he got Udogie to give him the yellow card. Let's look at this real. Udogie went in there, early doors, let him know, I'm not going to be playing games with you. Kicking out the ankles, got a few fouls. And then later on in the game, he never built on from it. He never attacked.
He's carrying a knock, George. He's carrying a knock.
And
he's trying to protect his body.
As a left back, getting rattling the player nice and early who's carrying a knock and going into it nice and early. Udogie done a good job. He done a real left back's job. And Saka didn't want to take him on from them. Every time you saw he's taking him, he kept going inside, infield, passing it, or trying to stay.
Which was crazy because he had him on toast in the first half, bro. He had him on toast in the first half. He had him on toast. So I don't know why he didn't do the same thing in the second half. He had him on toast. I felt like
the whole game it was a good battle, but
bro.
He walked out on the best side. And if you look at
I reckon Udogie got the second half. Saka had the first half. That's what I think.
And Nketiah and Jesus were poor, just simply poor. And Nketiah should have got a red card. Let's talk about that decision.
That's mad.
Yeah, that's mad. No, because the way you have to look at this, when you look at challenges like that, it's about the intent. His studs were showing. His studs are up. He didn't even try to get the ball. The ball was long gone. If he had caught his leg, that's a leg breaking tackle.
Bro, he thought he could get the ball. I think he honestly
don't do that.
Disgusting. And
on his attempt for the ball, personally.
That's 100% red card. Don't even do that. Don't even do that.
A red card.
Brother, that's a red card in a 10-game ban.
This is a fucking man's game. In my day, that's just a freaking, little get up, shake it off and keep going. You know what I mean?
That's the thing, Conley. If he catches his leg, he's not getting up. I feel like this Premier League sometimes waits for someone's leg to get crunched. Say, oh, you shouldn't have done that. Bro, if he's about 3-4 inches to the left, pause. And he just
takes him out for the season.
He takes him out. Yeah, it's done.
You look at it like that, and then you say, look at Gusto's tackle. Gusto got the ball. He showed intent, and he won the ball. And unfortunately, the follow through is what they gave a red card for, which I thought was harsh. I think if you win the ball, you win the ball. Like if you follow through, that's how it's supposed to be. But of course, the rules changed. But that was definitely a red. And then just to look at the game from our other point of view, Maddison, our midfield, absolutely dominated. Man, Maddison ran the game.
Bro, he didn't run it until the second half, bro. Don't do that, man.
I told you guys last week. I said Odegaard is going to be a shadow of himself. He's going to be Houdini. He's going to disappear and go back to Gibraltar guard when he's playing against a big boy. And he's playing against Maddison, who controlled it from all phases of play. Like I said, pick it up from deep, move through the middle. Give Saka a little shimmy step, show him how to move.
Maddison was one mistake away from being on the losing side, bro. So don't do that.
And then he was, but then he picked up his game from then. And then you look at someone else, Declan Rice. Declan Rice. Oh, another injury. He dropped a stinker in the first half too.
No, he did
Basuma
not. No,
showed
he did
him what's-
not. Why didn't you have the
Rice-
midfield in the first half then? Why didn't you have the midfield in the first half then if he's dropped a
Tottenham,
stinker?
I don't know if you've watched Tottenham. If you watch Tottenham
Bruh.
throughout the season, we grow into games just like the Manchester United game.
Brother,
They
don't
panicked
do
the
that,
first
brother.
20
What is growing to game
First
bollocks?
20
Nah, bro. It's a North
It's just
London
how
derby.
teams
You were
are.
ready for it from
Okay, but that's just
the
how
first
teams are,
whistle.
because as we saw for the first 30 minutes, Arsenal played decent football, didn't create too much, but once we got a hold of the
Didn't
game from
create
then,
too
and we
much.
started
Stop. You keep
we
saying
started to
that,
find,
bro.
once we started to find our feet in the game, we got stuck in and we killed you guys. We killed you. The attacks
Who
that we
did
were
you
hitting-
kill, bro?
We
Who?
were
Nah,
hitting
you-
us.
nah,
We
nah,
should
George,
have
you know
scored
what?
chances.
Why
talk
do you
about
the-
always
you killed-
overdo it, George?
Yo.
Why do you always do it, bro?
Wait,
Tell me
wait,
Johnson
wait.
You always
shouldn't have had a
overdo it.
brace.
I
No.
wouldn't say look, overall, in my eyes as a neutral, I was quite surprised how well Spurs played. Overall, Spurs were the better team. Just about. Do you agree, Kunle?
Nope.
About being biased.
Nope.
We were the better team, and
Not
look,
at all,
I
bro.
agree
Not
with
at all.
Kunle
No?
when he said that. I do
50-50.
agree that when he said that Tottenham were wasteful in the final third, same as Arsenal.
Yeah.
But we created better chances. We were playing through the lines better than you guys. You guys actually didn't
Brother.
create clear-cut chances the way that we did, and actually played good football leading up to it. You guys were just getting lucky mistakes, lucky loose balls, and winning
Okay,
challenges.
so
and
your
then
your
goals.
second
You're
goal,
finding yourself
your
through.
first, both your goals were gifts too. What are you talking about?
How was the first goal gift?
Your goals are gifts too, bro. Hey, if Raya punches that ball out properly,
was a left back. He got spun.
who told him
He
he's
got spun out,
hey,
bro.
Saka is a right winger, my guy. What do you mean he's a left back? What are you talking about? Who told you that? Who told you that? Who told you that? Who told you that? He's a right winger. You're calling him a left back. One of the best right wingers in the world, bro. He spun a right winger.
Spun
Ooh,
like a
big wow.
Beyblade.
Well done, Maddison. You spun a right winger.
And then
Well
the
done.
second goal. What happened? The second goal, Jorginho. Oh, your manager made a double.
It was
change.
a mistake, brother. We gifted you that goal. Exactly. It was a mistake. You're acting like you scored it fair and square, bro. It was a mistake.
Let's look at it from this point of view. Your manager made a double change. He was like, okay, let me change it up. I'm going to be the tactical man. I think I'm Pep. Double change in midfield. Let me bring on the Chelsea boys. Straight away. Kai Havertz, yellow card. Jorginho.
The Chelsea boys had a fucking howler, bro. They came with one agenda and one agenda only. We gonna fuck up the derby. Fuck that. Hey,
You played
don't
a
be-
midfield. You played a
I
midfield of
actually
Jorginho and
think
Kai
Jorginho and
Havertz.
Kai Havertz might be the end of his career. His Arsenal.
Bro, listen,
They
you
might
know what's
be.
mad?
And bro, you still couldn't beat that midfield. How about that? Jorginho and Kai Havertz, you lot are soft, bro. You were paying for a draw at 71 minutes, my guy.
Yeah, I don't know if
Pussies.
you know.
Talking about
Nah,
oh,
you can't say that, bro.
Madison picked up.
Son in call. What's up, son?
Son was injured before the game. If you
Oh,
saw
I beg you. Why didn't you bring light for lights then?
You can say that, but say in the post-game interview, Ange even said, he said they were both carrying knocks into the game, so I took them off early. Once we knew that the game was sort of done. I'm not being funny.
Once we knew the game was done, you see? You're saying the same thing here. The game was done, mean you got your 1 point. Exactly. You said the same thing here. How's he saying the game was done at 71 minutes if he's looking to win the game?
We had injuries. If you're gonna play that
The game's
intensity,
not done. The game's not done, bro.
if you're gonna play that high intensity week in, week out, you can't risk your best players, especially that you're getting a point out of the Emirates. You guys,
I swear you said you had to leave early.
Listen, you guys told me that. Listen, I've heard a lot of Arsenal fans saying that when you talk about Arsenal, you put us in the same conversation as City. If George is going away to the Etihad and he knows that this about less than 20 minutes,
He wins at the Etihad.
He usually wins, but in general, I mean, us random people that we don't win, the average people like us, if you know you can pick up a point from City, and then you go again the week after, and you're gonna get your players a little bit more energized, you don't risk their energy, and risk their injury. And then you're gonna play with that same high intensity again the week after. Like, you know what? I'm taking the point. So
your chance to make a statement on your rivals and shoot up their stadium, bro. He wasn't ready for that. He's not ready. He's not ready.
When you come to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, we know what it's gonna be.
What's it gonna be, George? George, say it on One Touch TV now so we can catch it. What's it gonna be, George?
Licks.
What's it gonna be?
Absolute licks. It's gonna be. I don't know. I'm not scared to say this. When you come to our ground for 3 wins in 15 years, y'all talk about how Tottenham got
the most recent game. What was that saying?
Okay, it was most recent game and against the worst.
That's all that matters, bro. All that history don't matter no more. We just won there last game.
Wait.
The worst, statistically, the worst Tottenham team in 13 years to finish in the Premier League. So yes, Take that one. You beat us last year.
Whatever,
Now,
bro.
now-
Whatever.
but hold on,
Is that, bro? That's poor by you, Jules. That's poor.
But
bro.
wait,
The North
no,
London
Jules, but hold on.
champion.
That's low.
But I
We
think
beat
we
you
could
with
chat
Johan
about.
Giroud in our back line, bro. And
Nah.
Stefan.
Okay, and
So
that's
don't
the
do
That's all the
that.
worst
past, man. You know
Tottenham
what I'm
team
going on?
statistically in the 13 years. The most conceded goals Tottenham team in the Premier League era. And you're talking to me about, oh, we beat that team. It's a shit team. Have it, bro.
Bruv,
Be like
who
South.
cares, bruv? We
You're around in
beat you.
circles,
That's what,
man.
hey. Yeah,
Fuck
bruv, George,
you.
you're shameless, my guy, bruv. You came with chest in that game and you got smoked. And now you're like, the shit is Tottenham team, blah, blah, blah. Didn't you have your best start to a season in the first 10 games
Both had
last season?
chest,
The
bro. What
stats
do you
prove.
mean?
The
What are you
stats
talking about,
prove
bro?
that
What are you
that's the
talking about,
worst
bro?
Tottenham team in 13 years. I'm not gonna sit here and defend that team. I'm talking about this team now. There's a different Tottenham team that had 6
Oh,
players.
we're
that never
different.
played.
We're
We had
different, yeah?
6 players that had played their first North London derby on the weekend, and guess what? They all showed up. Pape Mate Sarr. You didn't have much
Fair
words to
enough.
say about
Bro.
him. I heard Vieira was gonna do something.
I'll be honest
He
with
didn't
you.
show him a thing. He didn't show him a
But
thing.
George, respectfully, on a level,
Sure.
us showing up is taking the 3 points. If yours is taking 1, no problem. There's levels to this shit, bro. Enjoy
There's
your
not, bro. There's
1-1.
not. There's not.
Enjoy
Okay,
your
you're gonna say
2-2
that.
victory.
You're gonna
Enjoy
say
your
that, but
2-2
when
victory
you- okay.
while we go and take our 3 points from your stadium again.
When are you
How
gonna
about
But now you're talking chest now, yeah?
Oh, really?
Bro, if there's any environment that I'm confident with, it's against Spurs every time, bro. I'm gonna come with the same test every
Wow.
time because they're washed. They're washed.
What
What we did is make people think Spurs are better than they are because we fumbled the bag. We fucked up. It wasn't that Spurs didn't make us play shit. We played shit. We didn't take our chances, and now we got to deal with this.
Spurs on credit,
No,
bro.
hold on. No. Look,
Come on,
Spurs
brother.
get
I'm not
credit.
having that.
No, Spurs get credit because they played football. They didn't go defensive like they usually do or play on the counter attack. They played their game. I give them credit for that. But if we played our game, that's a non-contest. People telling me that Spurs are close to Arsenal. They're not close to shit, bro. But you're gonna see as the season goes on. Well done. You did your thing, and I respect. And I won't lie. George, Spurs are better than I thought you were. Facts, 100%. But I don't. Anything past 4th position is impossible for you lot this season.
But
So we're not in the same category.
Nah, it's not impossible
Are you
still.
not worried? Are you not worried about Arsenal starting the season? Last season, you guys started exceptionally well, but this season it has been looking a bit like good but like, are you not worried about your performance so far this season? Because I understand you can come with all the chest, like the North London derby. I don't want to get involved with that, but I just think the performances for Arsenal have not been on the level they started with last season, and we all expected more from them this season. We expect them to be going like toe to toe with City. And I think Liverpool is even doing a better job at doing that now than Arsenal.
That's fine. And I, to be honest, the reason why I'm not worried is because we're still picking up points. If we weren't picking up points, for example, if we was picking up as little points as Man United, I would be worried. But we've dropped points in 2 games. One of them was against Fulham, which is ridiculous, and one was against our North London rivals. It's not the worst thing in the world. What worries me about Arsenal is trying to force feed Kai Havertz into our team all the time. That's what worries me. And when they're forcing him into the side, they're forcing him into the midfield. I'm not that upset when he plays further up the field, false 9 or something. I'm good with that. But the fact that he's been forced into every game, every scenario, just give him a chance, just get his confidence up, and all the fan base are getting behind. It's frustrating. It's really, really frustrating. I do hope that it works out for him. But that's the only thing I'm really worried about Kai Havertz this season. And the fact that Arteta persists to play Eddie, even though he's doing fuck all. But the fact is we can still get into good foot form this season. The fact is when we kick into gear, then it's long for a lot of teams. So I'm encouraged by that, to be honest.
Yeah, I hear it. Still, it was a good derby.
It was a good derby. But I still think for me to go on as far as take Spurs seriously as a challenger, they would have had to win that game. For me personally,
no, but
At
the same time, it's more like you can say form goes out the window of the derby, innit? So you can't really. I wouldn't say this is why I'm not really on your thing of if you beat Tottenham at home, you're certainly winning the title, and if you don't beat them, then you're not winning the league, bro. Because anyone can turn up on a derby day, innit? Anyone can. Just because
for sure.
It's more a pride thing. Like derbies are the only anomalies when it comes to a league season because, in my opinion, they should never be a clear indicator of where you're going throughout the season, because that's why they're called derbies.
No, big up Basuma. Big up Basuma, bro. Gotta shout him out.
What Ange's done is resurrect that guy, man. I respect it because we all know he's a good player, but we thought he was dead under the Conte thing. But what's his name? Ange put his arm around him, give him a new style of play, and he's flourishing, massively flourishing. I think everyone's overdoing it with the hype, but yeah, he's been balling this season.
And I think
Everything
Maddison
about
also,
Tottenham's
like,
overdoing.
like,
This sounds jealous,
just,
bro.
getting Maddison was a very
Jealous.
good move.
My
Like
trophies.
we know he's a very creative player, but now in the sports team, like he's doing a fantastic job. Just imagine having Harry Kane and Maddison playing in that team. What would have been for?
But do you know what? Do you know what it is though? Do you know what?
Yeah, he's still doing really well.
Do you know what? Me and George talked about it, I think last week or the week before. I as much as Maddison would be playing well, I don't think he would have been as confident to try all the things he's been trying if Kane was there, because he might feel, oh, Harry's the main man, let me just ease my way in. But I think the missing piece of Kane, there was a place to fill, and Maddison was like, fuck it. If no one else could claim it, I'm on it. And I'll give it to the boy. He's flourishing in that Spurs team.
Like Ange is doing a good job so far. Ange is doing a good job. So far, he's doing a good job. And you can see the confidence in the players. They want to play.
He reminds me of Martin Yeo, bro. It reminds me of Martin Yeo.
He's doing a really good job. For how long he can go, we don't know yet. But so far, he's doing a fantastic job with the set of players he has. And the confidence is there. And that's why you can see sports fans like putting out their chest against Arsenal.
Of course.
And it's good. It's very
Mate, but for me I won't lie, I will never be pumping my chest after a draw, personally. But it's all good. Whatever works for everyone, innit?
Oh, man.
Whatever works
but
for
your fans
everyone.
were saying 4-0, 1-3-0, like the score I was hearing before the game was ridiculous. But now
I agree. Someone even said, "Hey, George, you came red band that do-rag on, talking about you're gonna cook me because you drew."
Some people just remember what you guys were saying last week, and it's been a very different picture. So I'm just analyzing the game, and what if you analyze the game? We dominated the game, beat you guys from pillar to post, and we should have won. That's the way I see it.
You didn't.
We dropped points. It was 2 drop points from us, not you guys. You guys could nick the point. You got gifted a penalty and a no goal. But
okay, if we go by fans' reaction, who dropped 2 points on Sunday, guys? Be honest.
Fans' reaction because you guys expected to win pre-game.
Arsenal.
Staffy. Exactly. You lot didn't drop 3 points. You gained a point. Look how you're celebrating. We're devastated with a point, and you're celebrating a point.
With the way you guys disrespected them, though, that's what I'm saying. Like he has the right to speak of that. No. Listen, the overall picture, you guys did drop points because at the end of the day, you're home. You guys are supposed to be the superior team. Anyone who comes to the Emirates, bar maybe City, shouldn't really give you a lot of problems, but they did. So yes, in the grand scheme of things, yes, you guys dropped the 2 points, but I'm just looking at if I'm a Spurs fan, after all that trash talk, I am taking more than just 1 point out of it. There's a little bit more pride.
Doing knee slides in your front room and stuff. All that.
He could do it, bro. I'm just saying. I'm explaining how he's looking at it. The guy was told he was gonna lose 5-0, and he ended up getting a point where he thinks he could have won. So let him have his flowers, man. You know, it's so good. Don't be the celebration police here.
The man needs to
Don't lie that you went
out doing knee slides drawing against Crystal Palace.
Who did that?
There's that whole new conversation, man.
Listen, don't talk about Palace.
You're talking about players that's not even at the club, bro. Who's that, bro? Who's lack of?
It's in your DNA, though,
brother. You just did it this Sunday, my brother. You just did the knee slide, bro. But anyway, I didn't want Specs and Staffy to miss out on talking about some other team in London. They wanted them to at least get a few jabs in before they go on and do their other streams and watch their other games. It's only right we talk about Chelsea.
I gotta go though, so you don't condemn.
Remember about Kunde. He put you in the UFC before the Chelsea, bro.
Listen, I gotta go deal with Palace right now in the cup.
Look at everyone leaving. You don't want to help me cook this Chelsea boy. What the hell is this? What's all this, bro? Nah, bro. Nah, you can't do that, bro.
If you need my help to cook Chelsea, then you're
I'll
not
come back.
I don't need help, but it would have been more enjoyable watching other people do it with me. But I'm a team player, I'm a team player.
If it wasn't for the game, I gotta catch the game. But listen, bro, thank you for having me.
Now, big up, man. Well, just a parting shot at Chelsea, maybe before you go, and where can people find you?
Well, first of all, you can find me on Staffy_TV right here. Kunle's on my channel a few times. Some of these guys, hopefully, if they ever have the time, they can hop on my channel anytime to speak about football, to talk about all Premier League teams in general. I rep United, but I rep football in general. Thank you for having me. And for Chelsea, listen, man, I just don't want to kick a man while he's down. You know what I mean? I just actually feel bad at this point. At least I could look at my team like, you know what? My team could get fixed if we get such and such back. I look at them, I'm like, bro, you can't pick up wins against Forest. You can't pick up wins against Bournemouth. You can't pick up wins against Villa. You go away, you lose. You go home, you lose. It's just that there's no difference at this point. They changed it. They tweaked the formation. Nothing changes. I feel bad for these guys because they think Nkunku's going to come back and he's going to do anything.
Save the day.
They're already turning on their manager, bro. I'm like, God damn, it's been 6 games you're turning on him. It's bad. I feel bad for these guys. So good luck to everyone, but thank you for having me, boys.
I also have just random mind also. I think with Chelsea, I don't need to cook them. Like Kule understands better that in Nigeria, there are a lot of Chelsea fans with chess. So now they are all down, but I just think it takes time to build, and I don't think Chelsea fans are ready for that. I don't think they have the patience to give the manager time to build. And I think in a couple of games they've lost, they are even playing better than United are doing so far this season, but the patience is not there. And I think I don't want to get better for them. I want to get worse. Even if they can get relegated, no problem. But I just think it should get better at some point. But Chelsea fans, make us just calm down. Like, hopefully, thanks for having me. Hopefully, I'll be back on the channel soon. I need to go watch United Palace. You know how that game always goes sometimes. So hopefully,
I'm glad you know. I'm glad you're preparing yourself for it. Big up, man. Each and every time, bro. Take it easy, bro.
Thanks, guys. I follow everyone on the panel. And nice work, guys.
Big up, bro.
What's up, brother?
Geordie Dread. I mean, I know you're going soonish, so
I'm still
obviously on the weekend, a game that I won't lie, I tipped to be a 1-1 draw. I thought they'd at least get the draw, but
a few people did.
I didn't.
But what's like is there any positives from this weekend's result with Chelsea, and is their season doomed, or is there a chance of it being revived? Huh?
I'll tell you what's one positive, right? I'll tell you one positive. Jackson got his 5th yellow card, so he's suspended, so I don't have to watch him next week.
Hey, 5 yellow cards in 6 games.
Harsh,
Jackson.
I feel sorry for him.
Let's expect scoring. Let's expect people. I'll say my piece in it.
No, I'm with you. Remember, in the last few weeks, I've been backing you and Chelsea. You get me, bro? Like, I've been trying to, but I have. Every time when you're on, I'm like, relax. Like, Chelsea need to connect up front. It's gonna be okay.
You're trying to little brother them, bro. I see your team.
Nah, well, he's little bro. I'm older than him, but brother, I'll be real though. It's like after the Chelsea loss, I'm like, I don't know if I can defend him. I don't know. I can't defend him. No, bro, I don't know. Everyone's got to take responsibility. Every single person. Players, T-Lady, Bowley, who allowed, obviously Bowley runs the club, but who even allows this, like,
T-Lady,
does no one have no say to say, like, yeah, you're signing players, but you're not signing the right ones according to what you need to do. Jackson now, I feel for him, the pressure's on him, he's like, and Chelsea fans, after this weekend, if slowly but not surely, some of them already are openly saying, Poch out. I don't think that's the answer, because there is no answer. People are saying Poch out already. It's not been December. And at Chelsea, are they doomed? As it stands.
Can you blame them?
No.
Poch hasn't
especially being a Chelsea fan, being used to success. Yes, bro. It wasn't long ago Chelsea.
This is the last person you want to see right now. But
it wasn't long ago Chelsea were the ones just behind. You know what I'm saying? Man City and that, and now look. And now you got Traps here to make it worse, but I'm not here to make it worse. You get me? I'm just here to say I back Chelsea, but as it stands, are they doomed? Brother, you've gone backwards. It's crazy. You actually regressed. By next week, bro. By next week, before your game, I think you got a late game compared to others. You could be sitting 17th.
I know this. You're not telling me new information.
No, I'm with you, but yeah.
You're not telling me new info because here's the thing, though, right? So what I see when I look at my club, innit? So a lot of the things I don't even have any.
Don't think you can 8 mile us either, bro. It's not gonna run. But carry on.
It's not 8 mile thing. Hear what I'm saying, innit? So in the summer, I was told by many of my own fan base that 1 game a week means we can get top 4. What's his name? Nicholas Jackson is good enough to be our starting striker. What's it called? Conor Gallagher can play in a pivot. Enzo Fernandez is a number 10. Pochettino has changed his tactics from 2017. Shock horror, they win 0 out of 5 in every single one of them. And I was calling it because the thing is, most Chelsea fans were so gassed saying, 1 game a week, we can get back, it can't be as bad as last season. It's worse than last season. It's worse. Listen, for Banks, right? I used to talk about how there was a point when we scored 1 goal in a calendar month. I think it was February and May last year, innit? If we don't score against Bayern tomorrow, we would have gone 0 in the month of September.
Brother, what training videos and that? The women's team for your goal of the month. Nah, that's crazy. The women's team's gonna do your goal of the month. Wait, have they even started that season yet? Have they? I
don't watch women's football.
WSL, has it started? Let us know in the comments section.
Listen, not even a disrespecting. It's nothing against women's football, and I just personally, I've not been too hooked on it. But anyway, besides that, so I've looked at my team, and I'll be honest, there's no excuses. Now, a lot of Chelsea fans are making excuses of, we're missing Nkunku, we're missing James, we're missing that. I'm so sorry. Missing Nkunku, missing Reece James is no excuse for playing Enzo Fernandez as a number 10, Conor Gallagher in a double pivot, and Levi Colwill as a left back when he's a centre back. There's no excuses for that. I'm sorry, there's no excuses for any of that. And I'm not saying it's all on the manager, but the manager has done what every manager before him has done, and it's just jarring at this point. He's misprofiling players, and he's abandoned his principles. This is why I hate the 2 things that I cannot support. If he stuck by his principles and was losing, playing his football, where profile plays great, I'd be like, you know what? I'll support you in it. But day by day, it's getting harder to support him. And unless he reverts back to what I know he can do, and I'm sorry, I'm going to have to join these Chelsea men who want to get out. But I'm saying, listen, give it 10 games and see what won. We'll just,
we've won 2 games since Potter's left. That's mental,
Brother, nuts. But first of all, big up Traps in the building. After his hiatus, he's back in the building, ready to cook.
Big up.
But before we,
this team was losing, so he has no right.
Wait, first of all, before we tag Traps in, hold on quickly. Before we tag Traps in, I want to ask either Traps or George this question actually. Because I've started to think about something with this whole Chelsea Pochettino thing. Because I don't know if I want you to take yourself back to, I think maybe was it 2 seasons ago when there was riot on Merseyside. Rafa Benitez has gone to Everton to go and manage the rivals. But and me, even as a neutral in that situation, I was like, you can't do that. Imagine Henry going to play for Tottenham or this guy going to play. It's a mad thing. I was going nuts. But I didn't know the vision. I didn't know Rafa was playing the long game, but we weren't on it, bro. We didn't know. Man went up in Everton, fucked up the whole situation, and bounced. They've not recovered since, brother. They've not recovered since that inside job masterclass by Benitez. So I'm asking you guys, do you think Pochettino is inside man 2.0? He's a real hater of Chelsea. Run up into the club and said, "You know what? I'm gonna fuck y'all up too, man, for all the pain you caused me at Spurs."
Do you know what? Nah, do you know what? Fuck him. I hope that he fucks up and it fucks his whole career up so that he don't get another job. I'll be real.
Wow.
I don't want him to be managing in the Premier League or at the top level. I want him to be sent back down to his level, which is the Championship or them lower end sides of the La Liga, Serie A, Sassuolo, and then that's where he needs to be managing. I don't care for Poch. He's a dirty little rat snake, and they don't belong in the Premier League at the top level. Or at a top club. So I'm so glad it's going so bad right now, and I don't see it getting any better, and I pray that it don't.
Wow, I mean,
Look
what better way to introduce you in?
Look how ungrateful. Look how ungrateful he is. Poch dragged you from mediocrity.
Traps,
It's not
yours
ungrateful.
after
It's not
abs.
ungrateful.
Traps, it's all yours after
straight-
abs, bro.
It is straight hateful. I had when someone snakes you the way he did, that was my guy. If you spoke to me 12 months ago, no one could chat shit about Poch. That was my guy. But when your guy does that and he snakes you and goes to the worst team, the team that beat us to the Premier League, his best team. Nah, it's dirty guys, man. Don't fuck.
Sorry, Kunde, that comment there is killing me still. These Arsenal, man, big up my boy, the Red Pitch podcast.
He's shit, but you know what?
You know it's a Latoya thing.
Who started the fight?
I did, yeah. Because she's the only Jackson we've all forgot about, bro. So we might as well give him that name. But I want to hear what Traps has to say, Abs, because he's got a lot to. I think he's got a few words that he'd like to share with you, Abs, and then you can respond.
Because when his team was getting duppied, he was nowhere to be seen.
Do you know? Yeah, Abs. It's easy for you to run with that narrative, but I've already posted my insurance documents on the social media to tell people that I lost my phone, right?
I still think that's a bit of 419 or whatever.
Well, you would because this is what you do, yeah. You would, anyways, yeah. So you get me. You're worrying about me, yeah. Listen. You man spent your £1 billion on all your shit that you spent it on, right? Let's be honest about it, yeah? You're talking about Pochettino.
The craziest mid-off, by the way.
Pochettino, right? Pochettino, right? He doesn't want a job. Pochettino's gone there to get the payout, the sacking payout and cut. It's a payday for him, bro. Yeah? You're not talking about him profiling players and that. You think he gives a shit about you, man? You don't give a shit about you, man. You don't give a shit about you, man. Yeah? You, man, are a cash cow right now, blood. Your Chelsea is finished. How the fuck can you not win? How the fuck, yeah, have you not spent £1 billion and you can't even win a game? 2 games, Enzo Fernandez ain't seen the top of the table. Are you mad? Are you mad? Yeah? You mad?
What, he don't know what page 1 looks like? Is that what you're saying, Trap?
Man hasn't even been ain't been anywhere near a Champions League spot since he joined. Are you mad? Yeah? This Donny here, yeah, this man Todd Bowley has fucked your club completely, blood, yeah? Stuffed it, yeah? Man put £1 billion bet on, yeah, and lost, yeah, miserably. And you know what? Where'd you go from here? What do you think? You think you're going to buy 20 players? They're all going to be stars, yeah? What, you think you can spend another $1 billion again? You, man, are done. When I say done, yeah? Get used to it. Get used to the old school days. Chelsea, FA. Yeah, we might win the FA Cup this season. That's what you're going back to. 2001 Chelsea right now. Yeah, enjoy that. And you know what makes me laugh even more, yeah? You know what makes me laugh even more? You lot are doing this thing now on social media, yeah? Well, I think we're in a better position than Man United. So what? So what, bro? Like, right now, be in your better position because you might get relegated, mate. Yeah?
Raw.
Man said get
relegated.
All I'm saying is this man and his whole club, he's talking about $1 billion spent, but he spent $1 billion over 5 years. He spent
10
billion.
10 years.
Less than 10 years. And he went 5 years with no VVS, bro. Last I checked, I've only got 1 year with no VVS. So there are a lot of us to be chatting at the minute.
Bro, let me tell you something now.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something now. Let me tell you something now. You see, in the business end of the season, my team has never seen the bottom half of the table. That's facts. Never seen the bottom half of the table. So you're there talking about VVS, blood. You're talking about cubic zirconias right now, blood. You might have on cubic zirconia right now. Yeah? You're not talking about VVS, bro. Are you mad?
You know what? You know what's so funny about Traps? Right? A few weeks ago, I asked him a question over whether or not he's going to finish above man, and he was scared to answer. So if he comes up and tells me that he's going to finish above me, then
you're not hearing.
Listen. I hear that. Yeah, I hear that. But do you follow me on social media?
Nah, I don't, sadly.
All right, cool. I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna tag you, yeah, of me in my DMs because there's a Chelsea fan right now, yeah, that bet me £100 they'll finish above us, and he's looking to cash out for £50 right now. He's looking to cash out 50 quid right now. Today.
You are killing me, man.
Man, you lot won't kill me tonight.
The thing is that I don't even have smoke for rivals because even if we was in a better
Why
position,
would you? I don't understand.
No, but hold on. I hear what I'm saying, innit? Let's just say hypothetically we started the season.
Hypothetically.
No, let's say we was in the top 6. Let's just say
hypothetically. That's a big hypothetical right now, but yeah, carry on.
I'm not hearing that.
Right, because
You ain't seen top 6 in over 12 months. I'm not hearing that.
Nah, Traps, hold on. Let me explain what I'm saying. Innit?
You're crossing the championship.
Nah, bro, listen, don't worry. 40 points pending. Don't watch now, my guy. But anyway, listen. Everyone's saying if we was in top 6 now, I'd still say there's no excuse. It's just doing the expectation. So we're severely underperforming. That's why everyone can hold smoke. Owners can hold smoke. The manager can hold smoke. The players can hold smoke. And most importantly, 99% of Chelsea fans on Twitter can hold smoke because they tried to feed copium. They tried to tell me that we was gonna do this and that. I said I was generous. I said we might get 8th this season, innit? I said we might get 8th, and that's not good. It's not a good season, but I said we might get 8th. I overestimated this team. They're not getting 8th. They're not getting 8th.
You don't think so?
They're not getting over. How are they gonna get 8th?
I don't know.
You cannot shoot,
Bro, I'll be
a striker
honest.
and you cannot shoot a football. How?
Man, them tried to tell
That's like
me.
saying I'm a break dancer, but I can't do a spin a Rooney, whatever it's called.
Listen, do you know what's man never been telling me? Man, have been telling me for the last what we in? We're in October. It's September now, right? So for the last 8 months, at the very least, man, all I've heard come out of Chelsea is, you know what though? Enzo's cooking, blood. Enzo's cooking. That's all I've been hearing. Enzo's cooking. Enzo's cooking, blood. What the fuck is Enzo cooking, blood? What's he cooking, fam?
3 points in this whole Chelsea.
What is he
career.
cooking?
What the fuck is he cooking?
Nah, he's got way more than that.
Any man in the match performances, any putting the
One
team
win.
on his back, scoring a goal like a
Yeah,
late winner and that. You know what I mean?
He's had one win, one Premier League
anything
win.
going on?
Got 4, bro. Don't
All
lie.
you man do is say Enzo's
Enzo
cooking.
has played one.
All you lot do is say
has
Enzo's
one.
cooking. Cuss out Conor Gallagher, yeah, and say like Bowley is the right man. Bowley ain't done no wrong. Bowley is a fucking retard, bro. He's a retard.
No, but who's saying this? You're talking about the Chelsea fans, but you're not. But if you
But listen, I get told that I'm a hater. I hate on Bowley. I hate on him, you know. Like I get told I hate on him. Why am I hating on him? What? Oh, because he's cooking. He cooked in the bro. If he cooked in the right way, you man will be at least above Man United right now. And what are we like 9th?
Yeah,
We're like
true.
9th in a minute. So
No, but
it's not even a big ask right now. All I'm saying is, give Poch severance pay. Let him go to Saudi. Yeah,
Lampard in.
I get Big Sam in tonight.
Now we want Frank back. Hat trick settings, bruv. Proper Chelsea. That's who we want. Big bad Frank in the bit. Hey, Abs, I want to know, how long do you think this pain lasts for? Is it just this season? Is it next season? Like, where's your head at with this?
Bro, it's gonna take.
Or is this season an anomaly?
It's not an anomaly, bro. It's gonna happen I'll be real, right? So this is probably what the stage is gonna be in it because for some reason, and there's still Chelsea fans who defend it. I don't defend it, and they're putting up these fake stats like the whole XG, XA, the most big chances. I don't buy that shit in it. The most important stat is the result in it. Did you win or did you lose? Everything else is irrelevant. And for me, the result ain't been good. So listen, whether or not you sack Poch, I'll be real, we're going to be in the trenches for a couple more years, innit? We might top 6 finish next year, innit? But definitely not this year. It's not happening this year.
Boy, you have to. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, man. I don't know about all that. You man are cheating.
How much points do you think you're getting in your next 9 games?
Next 9 games.
Crazy run.
Who is it? We're playing Fulham, Arsenal. No, hold on. What was it? It's Fulham away.
All right, guys, don't make him answer this question in public. I beg, allow him, brother. I beg you, please.
I'll tell you your fixtures. I'll beg you,
bro. Don't make him answer this question in public.
Fulham away. Is that a win? What, how much points you getting?
Listen, we'll see. We'll see who's available in it.
Burnley away.
We'll see who's available. Pending.
Arsenal at home.
We'll see who's available.
So you got Newcastle in there as well.
Then you got Brentford at home.
So in other words, man don't reckon they're getting one single point out of the whole run.
Let me tell you, they got a 6 game run. You have a 6-game run of Arsenal, Brentford, Chelsea, City, Newcastle, Brighton, and then United. 7 games.
Listen, we'll
0 points. 0 and 7.
Who said
0 and 7 games.
Listen, for all I know, we could get what's it called? We could get 21 points. We could get 0. We'll see in it. It depends on who's available. Depends on who's active.
Listen, you man, and you know, it's another thing you lot do. You lot are treating this Nkunku guy like he's Mbappe, blood, like he's gonna come back and save the whole day, bro.
You're talking to me. You're not talking to me.
All right, cool. So, Abs, when you get asked questions, yeah, like you're getting asked questions right now, and you're saying we'll see who's available. Who are you waiting for, bro? Who are you waiting for? Who are you waiting for, bro? Who are you waiting for?
A big chunk of my team to come back in.
Who do you think is coming back to save the day right now?
Bro, it's not a one-man thing. Everyone needs to come back.
Listen, at the end of the day, yeah, all I'm saying to you, man, is look, yeah, there's only one man that can come back and save the day right now, and that's Roman Abramovich, blood. You, man, should not be mad at Bowley and Pochettino, be mad at Putin as well, because Putin, if it weren't for Putin, you lot would be sweet right now, yeah?
No. It's not Putin's fault. It's your people's fault. Your English people's fault. Let me. Chill. I'm
not trying to be political. I'm trying to troll, bro.
Big up with Visa each and every time, but yeah, it's a trolling thing. Big up. The voice of reason came on smoke, bro. Them students must have given you a hard time today, my brother. How you doing, my guy?
It was the teachers. I love my students.
CBS and all that.
And Trap, sorry for not letting you land, my brother. I love hearing you speak.
Hey, big up. But listen, yeah, I need to go before Man United go 1-0 down. So big up to everyone.
Shit. Yeah. But don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Bless up, Traps, man. Enjoy your 1-0 defeat, man. Bless up. All right, well, guys, just to wrap up the show, man. Obviously, we kind of talked about a lot, and Biza, I know you're coming towards the end, but what I did want to talk about before the show ended was obviously Newcastle and Liverpool. So let's start with Newcastle, because obviously they've registered their biggest win in the Premier League, 8-0. I don't know. That seemed like a game of all the frustration you've had over previous weeks just let out on Sheffield United. That's what it's like. Just got out of jail. Like, you know that one's there, man. You was letting out all that frustration, and you blew your load all over them at Sheffield United, bro, at their ground. Talk to me.
You know what it is? In the first half, I don't think that I didn't see that way. Like, just let out all the frustration. Not in the first half, anyway. Once in the second half, it just started getting silly. Like Anthony Gordon said, and Eddie Howe, some teams could took the foot off the gas, don't use too much energy. We passed that narrative now. Champions League hangover, can you play? We've passed that narrative, so no one can ever talk about that again. Thank God. But then instead of taking the foot off the gas, in that sense, yeah, it was like, nah, this is too easy. Just keep back. But it could have been 12-0, bruv. Honestly, like, it could have been. We should have had a penalty as well.
Every chance looked like it could go in. It was crazy, bro.
No, I was shocked. I'm not gonna lie, because Sheffield United, for me, I've been watching them. I feel like they've been unlucky in some games. The Spurs game, they held their own a little bit. They held their own in the sense of they weren't like a walkover. They held their own against Man City
in the 90th minute. So yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of the overall, it wasn't what you saw against Newcastle. I ain't seen that before that. So they're at home. There was a big moment for Maddie Cusack, RIP to her. So it was a big occasion. Do you get what I'm saying? The crowd were loud. I said, the first 5-6 minutes, I thought, you know what? Sheffield United, like, they must think we're idiots. Like, they're just playing out like they're going all for it. I said, okay. And then if they had better quality in the first 5-10 minutes, they could have gone in front a couple of times. But after our set pieces, which was poor from them, and our restarts, 3-0, game done.
Floodgates just open. They opened their leg.
It was done, I stopped celebrating. Like, I felt sick. Felt sick for them. Like, it's just weird, bro. Like, what am I saying? I was just listening to this.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm that shameless. I remember when I was playing Sunday League and my team. I scored the 8th goal and I did like a Aspria. Cartwheel. Yeah, bro. I'm eating right with this bitch. I celebrate every goddamn thing. You fucking crazy.
And obviously inside I was gassed. 8 different scorers breaking history. That was nice to see. Kieran Trippier 3 assists. Like
for sure,
it was nice,
for sure.
bro. But
Mbiza,
Uncle Eddie's still sourcing.
I want to ask you a question real quick, Mbiza. Do you think that result on the weekend with Sheffield United was a result of maybe clubs thinking, that Newcastle thing last season was a one-off. We don't need to give them too much respect. Let's just go at them. Do you think that's what kind of happened in that game? And they obviously they paid for it massively, or do you just think it was just one of those freak games that teams have?
Well, I didn't watch the game, but I certainly don't think it was a freak accident. Having watched a couple of other performances by Newcastle, I must admit, my initial reaction upon hearing the score was, there it is. They've gotten it together. That was honestly my reaction was, all those games where they've been a little bit unlucky, it hasn't quite clicked. Although they've been dangerous, they've looked good, they've had spells of some great football. For me, it was like, oh, they've turned the key. That was my reaction, is that, okay, now maybe Newcastle is going to build from here and become sort of, hopefully become that kind of powerhouse that I frankly expected them to become, on the basis of the business that they've done, on the basis of Eddie Howe's work coming up until this point, and on the basis of some of the stuff that I've seen from them. It's like I said, I don't think that their points tally has matched their performances. I think their performances have been better than what their points tally currently represents. They
probably should have won the Liverpool game as well.
There's a couple of games they should have won. They could have done better. If this lucky thing had happened, and I thought, okay, it's a combination of good fortune, but the work that has been put in will come to fruition. So I'm hoping that this will be a springboard for Newcastle moving forward.
Oh, bruv, the last 3 games, ain't conceded none. Like I said, even after the Champions League game, Eddie openly said we haven't been trained properly. We're just it worked.
And I know Sheffield's weak, but beating anyone in the Premier League
ain't that weak. That's crazy.
I have 2 questions for Abs actually, because I've heard you say it twice now. Earlier in the group, you mentioned Uncle Eddie, and you mentioned it on the show as well today. So, would you like to see Eddie at the bridge to maybe help fix this issue that you're currently in, or is it too big for Eddie? Abs, what you say?
Listen. And I need Uncle Eddie to let him do his thing. Let him do his thing over there and build what he needs to build. It's not that I don't think he's good enough to manage Chelsea. He definitely is. It's just what's it?
He don't need that right now, man.
Don't need down his CV. CV right now.
Him doesn't need all that Chelsea.
He deserves, because this is what I hear about. He's built up Newcastle to what they are in it. He deserves. He's gone through the trials
to see it through, basically.
I want to see him see it through in it. I want to see him go there. There's no point going back to square one and starting again. Even though it would probably be a more, how do I say this without being rude?
I know what you mean.
As a more recognizable achievement if he rebuilt Chelsea.
Bro, is this how nervous you are as a Chelsea fan? You're checking yourself before you mention things to Newcastle, bro. Abs, is it that bad?
He's being respectful.
Is it that bad? He's like, I don't want to sound offensive. Like, brother, relax, bro. This ain't Abs of 2 years ago, man. This ain't, bro. You down bad, bro.
I didn't know Abs 2 years ago, bro.
Hey, neither did I, but I know for sure he wasn't like this.
Be humble, because you'd be killing him if he was being arrogant.
This is true.
2 years ago, I was
Mbiza, stop this.
2 years ago, I was a Champions League winner in it, and now I'm only staying in the division. But it's cool in it. So for me, let Eddie do his thing at Newcastle, innit? Let him go win the league at Newcastle, because it stops the ups winning the title. So I'm good.
Thing. I don't know for you guys. I don't know for me. What really impressed me a lot on the weekend's game was the fact that he brought on Tonali, Isaac, and I can't remember the third one when they were 6-0 up. Like, they were 6-0 up by that point, bro. Like, without those three, like, it was nuts.
Yeah, he took the piss, bro. And Anthony Gordon, gotta give it to him, man. Like, Barnes got injured, he came on, wasn't even ready. He didn't think he would be playing, and he just changed the game completely, and he just ran the show. Like, I got big up Gordon, man. Like, straight up.
He's grown on me, because I remember I was very critical on the boy when Chelsea wanted to buy him for like 60 million. At the beginning
he's changing, man. Yeah.
But Chelsea wanted to buy everyone for 60.
This is true.
His career would have been done if he went there, bro. Like,
He'd already be on loan to like Marseille by now, saying.
Yeah, some madness, bro.
But remember, I said this to you, Niger Englishman, that's what's going to happen to a lot of these Newcastle, Chelsea boys. A lot of them are just going to end up being nothing players because they went to this club in hopes that they'll grow, develop, win. They're not going to play. They're going to get shipped out on loan. They're going to have unstable careers, and it's going to culminate in another Lucas Piazon or something like that, where this boy with extreme talent just disappears off the face of the map.
Horrible.
Not all of them, but many of them.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
At the end of the day, if they get me my 10 million, then I'm good in it. I don't care. If they want me bread, I'm all good.
You're a menace to society.
Literally.
A menace to the football society.
Listen, football's a money man's game, innit?
Apparently now, your guy turned it into one, but that's for a different stream. I don't want to get into that.
I was about to say, let me keep quiet.
That's a whole different stream right here. But guys, before I wrap up, the last thing I want to ask you guys is just one question, because I know everyone wants to watch the exhilarating Carabao Cup games and hopefully Man U taking an L. But are Liverpool title challengers? And are people letting them off currently?
Liverpool are title challengers.
Remember,
I said this to you. I said that if Liverpool revamped their midfield, that was the only issue for me. I said if Liverpool revamp their midfield, they will become title challengers again. And by the way, I use this term title challenger very loosely. I think we all do, because we're all very aware of the fact that Manchester City is going to win the league again. Yes, so when we say title challenger, it's a very
Arsenal, we're in the title race, but we're not really in the title race, if that makes sense.
You're a title challenger, exactly right.
But we're not anymore. After the weekend, for me, I'm done. Because for me. No, but this is it. Now hold on, let me explain why.
We have to have challenges. We have to have challenges.
Look, I'm not
challenges. The best so far have to be Arsenal and Liverpool.
That's what it is. I'm not saying we shouldn't push them all the way, Abs. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying just bend over and let them have it, because I definitely don't believe that. But my understanding is City, and they've not even hit second gear yet, are picking their maximum points, bro. They're already 4 points clear. So for me, the reason why it's not necessarily losing to Tottenham, it was the fact that it was a top 6 side at home that we needed to secure our 3 points from the home game. Because that away you never know, but from the home game it was so important. Now, by not taking points at home at Tottenham, that means we got to pick up those points somewhere else. So I'm thinking we might legitimately need to take 4 points off City, and we all know that fucking shit ain't happening, innit? So when I say it's done, it's not mathematically done. Of course it's not. There's still a chance to win many points, but the variables that need to happen for us to win it.
We're talking about likelihood. We're talking about tradition. We're talking about history. We combine these variables to say City's very likely walking away with this trophy. But again, on the basis of the fact that teams won't just die at Manchester City's feet, who is it that can potentially rise to challenge them to some degree? And for me, there are 2 teams right now that can do that.
Man, you're winning.
For the fact that they have good players and good managers, and that for me is Arsenal and Liverpool. Unfortunately, for the Gunners, I still think Liverpool will end up ahead of them. And this,
even with their defensive frailties,
and this is not an attack on Arsenal per se. It's really just my belief in Jurgen Klopp's ability. I think that as a motivator, as a manager, he's still ahead of Arteta. And I like the Liverpool team on paper more than I like the Arsenal team. And I think the combination of those 2 elements may push them ahead. And experience also competing at this
level. You like them more than you don't like our front 3. I forgot.
On paper, you know how I feel about that front 3.
I hear it.
But that's not to take away from them. I'm not here to attack Arsenal. On the contrary, I'm here to say that they are among the people who, if it were possible, in this world we want to live in, where Manchester City doesn't win again, Arsenal would be one of the teams that dethrones them. And I think a return for the Gunners to the top would also be good for football heritage.
Fantastic. Terrible for abs, but fantastic for football. 100%. Specs. Are we allowing Liverpool and Liverpool fans to kind of sail under the radar with all their where we've changed our midfield, we've got no leadership, we're overachieving and all that stuff? Do you think we're letting them get away with a little bit of murder?
I don't know about brother. I just think they are where they are, and I think it's cool when some of the fans that I hear are happy with a third spot and a cup. I think that's all right for them. I think that's cool. Like, do I think the title challenges? I don't know just yet. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say yeah. It's too early, bro. It's too early, man.
Are you the same, or where are you at with it?
They have to be title challenges.
Thank you. I Specs is new to the big boy table, man. That's how he's talking like this. Carry on.
Maybe.
On the basis of, with their grand total of 1 league title in 7 years, by the way, the greatest Premier League team of all time should be challenging for a Prem title this season. That's how it goes. If you claim that title, you should be about that life this season. And no excuses. No excuses.
And this is true. Look, like Liverpool, like Roms tried to do it on Never a Foul. He basically said, but look where we finished. Look where we finished last season, brother. You got Jurgen Klopp, who's managed a title-winning side. You still have players from that title-winning side. You've brought youth and energy back to your midfield. You found a way to utilize Trent again. Your manager's, I think, changing up some things, and Biza still thinks he's doing the same thing. I think he's taking more risks than he used to, I think, but that's neither here nor there. But all these things together, and they've only dropped points in one game, which is Chelsea away so far, which is not, well, I guess you could take the piss out of them for that, because Chelsea, Stamford Bridge is like our second home now. But all those variables together, you've got to have them as title challenges, Specs. Like, come on. Like, is your missus from Liverpool or something? Like, what's going on? Why are you letting them off, bro?
I'm not, bro. I just see it. Look, man. Look, you say, I hear what you're saying, and I was like, the Liverpool one, there's no excuse, and etc. etc.
Yeah, big Liverpool, you know.
Yeah, big boy Liverpool. I'm just saying, right now, for me, it's a bit too early, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. You get what I'm saying? As it stands, if I'm looking at it right now, I think Roms is right on a couple other friends I've got. Third place, and Arsenal, don't ever get twisted.
Look at it like this. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you see Liverpool improving or getting worse?
That's what I'm saying. I think they're going to improve.
No, just answer that ahead.
Okay.
And they're already in third.
Yes, I believe they're going to improve. Hence why I'm saying give them some more time. I want to make sense.
This ain't a developing side with a maturing coach.
Wait, you said I went brains. If I say they've improved, yes, they will improve. I know what Ebizo's doing. If you think they're going to improve, that means they're going to be tenders. I hear that, but until I see that, which I believe they will, then I can make some different assumptions. Right now, steady, man, steady. You get what I'm saying? Steady Eddie.
All right.
Not hearing these excuses for all the guys.
None at all, bro. You got a challenge this year, brother.
Maybe I'm not part of the big boys yet.
Don't worry, you'll get used to it, bro. It's your first time for a while since the Keegan days, so we ain't mad at you. Bro, hey, coming back. Hey, times are coming back. Smash the like button, share, comment, and subscribe, whether you're watching now or later. Stu MC, I think he's a definite Arsenal hater, but we'll read it out anyway. Declan Rice costs 105 mil. This is quite funny. He marked fresh air for Fulham's equaliser. He got popped around like a kipper for Garnacho's borderline goal. I don't know what a borderline goal is. It's either a goal or not, but whatever. And he failed to cut out the cutback for Son's first goal. Okay, you forgot about the winner he scored in that game, I'm sure. And the man. Anyway, big up, Stu. I've not seen you in the comment section, so big up you each and every time. Keep watching and keep following us, guys, and keep smashing the like button. This is the latest deep block average white English baller like Dyer and Maguire before him. He's a deep block moron who has recovery run like he's towing a carrot. What is this hate? Oh, my man, you are 2-0 up. I'm not watching the rest of this game. Rubbish.
Listen, I'm going to bottle this violence and put it on my food this evening. It's delicious.
Serious violence. I don't know what rice has ever done to you. You don't like jollof rice, fried rice.
No, I don't.
Steve.
I think his point is that rice is either jollof, no fried. He's just boiled.
Just plain boiled white rice. Basmati.
Plain rice with no.
All right, guys.
Big up to MB's wearing a Jamaican flag. I like that still.
Oh, yeah.
Reggae boys and that. But anyway.
See this politician, he knew his audience, mother. I came to play favorites here. I see you. Better see Niger next time. Oh. But smash the like button, share, comment, subscribe, my people. Thanks for locking in today. Thanks for all my illustrious panel, the ones that are here now, the ones that were here a little bit earlier as well. I'll definitely have all their details in the description of this video. Specs is doing great things on his channel, and Bizo is doing great things on my channel, Tunnel TV from time to time, and CBS Sports. He promised me he's bringing Joker Afro back, but we'll tackle him about that in the WhatsApp groups. And also, man like Abs, just if you see Abs on road, give him a hug, cheer him up, because his team are giving him nothing but nightmares right now. And definitely go and check him out. His TikTok content is absolutely sensational, and it'll definitely make you laugh, man. Smash the likes, share, comment, and subscribe. Have a great evening, and hopefully somehow, some way, Crystal Palace find their way back into this game. Big up the man, then.